Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Friday, and that means one thing. That means we dollar cost average into the crypto market, and hopefully we can soak up some really good deals because the market has just crashed, which isn't something that's fallen on a day that we DCA over the past few months. So if you enjoy this sort of content, hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get straight into it. Let's go. So look, there's probably a bit that we want to get into before we, really talk about what we're going to purchase today. So the crypto market has crashed another 4.66%. We are now down to $3.29 trillion with Bitcoin at 97,601.34, down a whopping 4.31% in the past 24 hours. Cardano down 7.37. If we actually just click on here, we can have a look here. We've got some projects down 10%. ABR, ARB, I should say, down 10%. Artificial superintelligence down 10%. Hedera Hashgraph down 10%. Sui down 9.58%. Like there's some really good buys looking at the market here. But look, fear and greed index at 22 now. Are we, in a bear market or the start of a bear market? I really don't think we are. Call me crazy. I see that there's quite a few negative comments around, and if you're not into the market and you don't have conviction, then like why are you here leaving comments that are just negative and trying to rub people up the wrong way? Go and leave if you're not really part of the journey and you don't have the conviction. Look, nobody's got a crystal ball. We might joke about it occasionally, but ultimately for me, nothing's really changed. We're still in that volatile phase before we have new all-time high and we have the altcoin season and everything that people are looking for. I don't think it's that far away. And look, the forecast I've had has been that we go into the new year into the biggest bull run in crypto history. Doesn't mean that I'm right. It's just my opinion. And ultimately, this is the big shakeout right before institutions, Wall Street all get in and they, soak up everything that people are selling. And don't forget, like we have we have to have a look at this market, right? And we need to be adults about it. If you bought Bitcoin at like $1,000, $5,000, you bought quite a lot of it, let's say, right? You had conviction. Maybe you bought it at £1. It was over $100,000. Like people are going to be taking profits. It's life changing. Some people might have millions. Some people might have actually bought enough and have billions. When it comes to Bitcoin. So same with Ethereum. People might have been buying Ethereum at like $10, $50. There's going to be a lot of people taking profits. We do believe that there is going to be a big financial crash, but I do believe as well that Donald Trump, and like this is, pie in the sky stuff, right? I do think that Donald Trump is going to do everything that he can in his power to stimulate the economies, to reduce interest rates, and make sure that recession doesn't happen under his presidency. Like that's kind of like my thought process on a lot of this stuff. It doesn't mean that he's going to be able to do that, but I do think that is something that is highly probable and is something that they're looking to do. Maybe I'm wrong, but ultimately I think that these opportunities are just that. They are opportunities. They might not be opportunities for everyone. So, I will say that, but, I think Litecoin again is going to be one of those ones that goes on to do really well. We're going to add it to our portfolio in today's video. So nothing like majorly, different to what we're going to look to do. We've got Chainlink at 12.6% of our portfolio. We've got a pretty strong portfolio. I'm not worried about any of these projects failing, right? Like the worst case scenario when we're building these things is that we hold these assets for a little bit longer. Like people really do need to understand markets. They need to understand the market doesn't care about you. It doesn't care about me. And ultimately, you invest in what you've got the most conviction in. I'm not a financial advisor. Treat this purely as entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. Never invest more than you're willing to lose, because you do risk losing all of your money if you invest in cryptocurrency. If you're following along, you do so at your own risk. Go speak to a financial advisor. But look, my thoughts are, if you have conviction in all of these projects, then ultimately, you should still have conviction. If the market is shaking you out and it's scaring you out of your positions, then you didn't have high enough conviction. That's kind of my views. It's just my opinions. But I still firmly believe that we're going to have the biggest bull run in crypto history. I could be wrong though. It's just educated guesses based on history, based on what I kind of vision happening in the real world, and what I think probability wise is likely to play out. It doesn't mean that I'm right. And sometimes this journey is just not a journey for everyone, right? Like, not everybody's going to be able to stay on this journey and do what needs to be done in order to have that life-changing money. And I think we need to take a step back and be realistic about that. Like, if you're bitching and complaining and you're just being negative, maybe you keep that to yourself. I don't know, maybe you don't. It's one of those, like, we live in a strange world, right? Like, yeah, it's crazy. So look, the portfolio I think is in good shape. Although we are massively down now. I mean, we're down 33.93%. The portfolio is worth 3,745.92. We're down almost 2K on our investments. But we've been here before, and I'm really not concerned, as crazy as that sounds. I have conviction in what we've invested here. I understand the technology. I think it's going to go on to do really well. If I end up being wrong about the bull run, and perhaps it's not going to be in 2026, I think it will be. But let's say it wasn't, and I was wrong. So we're going to be having more time to accumulate. We're going to be having more time to be constructing what I believe is a really strong and beautiful portfolio. So yeah, I'm not worried, and I will not be surprised in 2026 if we see new all-time highs. That's my views. That's my opinions, right or wrong. That is just how I view the market. And look, I'm a pro at this, in the respect that I don't let my emotions shake me out of my positions. I have conviction in everything that I'm invested in. I've researched it, and I believe in it. So hopefully it will all play out. If it doesn't, then I die on the sword, right? Like, it's kind of what it is. But let's go to trade. We're going to go to spot. We're going to buy some Litecoin. We have, again, got $100, so we are going to be dollar cost averaging $100 into the crypto market. We could have got this a little bit lower, but I'm still happy to pay this price. We're going to put $100.90. We'll buy Litecoin, confirm order. That has been purchased now. We go to order history. We bought just over one Litecoin. So we're going to copy that, and we're going to put that into our portfolio now. We're going to find LTC. Litecoin, if I can get that there. There we go, Litecoin. 1.0568. Click save. If we go back to our analytics now, we can see that link, it's not link, is it? I keep saying that. Litecoin is now 6%, 6.16% of our portfolio. Big jump there, which is the benefit of obviously dollar cost averaging on a pretty sizable pullback. So Litecoin, I am going to probably make this one of our biggest positions in this portfolio. Call me crazy, but I do believe that Litecoin is massively undervalued, and I think it's going to go on to do really well. They've added a privacy layer, or adding a privacy layer, which I think is really important. And, the tokenomics are really good. So I'm really positive on Litecoin. Again, could be a really big mistake, but ultimately, I believe in it. I've got conviction, and like I do all of these projects in this portfolio. So, we're continuing to add to link. What am I keep saying? We got link up here. Litecoin. And we probably won't be just investing in Litecoin. We're probably, do 50-50 or 25-75 into different projects. So stay tuned. I do think that the portfolio is in a good position. And ultimately, if you feel like you perhaps have made some really big mistakes when it comes to investing in cryptocurrency, what I would say is you've probably exposed yourself with money that you can't afford to lose. For me, if I lose all of this money in this portfolio, my life does not change. And I think that is way that you should be investing in cryptocurrency, with money that you wouldn't lose or lose sleep over if you lost it. Just me being really honest, but ultimately nothing's changed. Everybody is overly emotional, and the strongest people in this space are the people that don't get emotional, the people that have conviction in the investments. And the only way you can, in my opinion at least, have total conviction in your investments is if you researched it yourself, and you really, really do believe in it. So it's going to be interesting. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, and you know what? I'll probably catch you in the video later today. Take care.